Off again. Welcome, travelers, to the London Mod Bicycle Brake Gyro Repair Guide tutorial. I've never put on a London Mod before, so I guess we'll just start it off. These are the tools we got going here. This is the London Mod that we're putting on, the Odyssey London Mod. This module allows you to run two normal brake cables instead of a gyro cable. As you can see, you know how we have the gyro cable right there? Well, I actually snapped it on our last session, which actually ends up happening to a lot of cables. They actually end up snapping right there or right here. See? And see how this gyro cable has this thing right here? And see these two cables right here? Well, the thing about the London Mod, this thing right here, the London Mod, is this allows you to not have to run one of these cables. And I break so many of these things. And the tools that we're going to use before we start it off is we have some Allen wrenches. This thing right here is actually a little naper thing from the Odyssey. Dude, it's been so long. The Odyssey brakes or whatever. It's the naper thing. We have some bike brake cable cutters. These are legit bike brake cable. By the way, if you run brakes, I highly suggest you get some of these because using normal cable cutters frays your cables out and bends them. We have some needle nose pliers. We have a vice grip. We have a crescent wrench. We have a knife, Leatherman, and then we have some paper towels and 3-in-1 for lubricating the brake cable. And those are I think those are all the tools you may need. I'm not actually entirely sure. So yeah, we're gonna try it out. Let me plug this thing back in here. Boop. And let's get into trying to fix the bicycle. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to take off the old brake cable. So, I'm going to put the bike right here, and we're going to take out this old cable right here, which, this is actually, let's see here. I'm actually wondering how I'm going to do this. When I think about it, I should just undo these ones. This might be a little bit more complex than I thought. I also need to fix this up here. It's stuck on there. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do that right there. Now the problem is, I will say, I have made some gyro tabs. The gyro tabs that I'm using are actually homemade gyro tabs. It sounds ridiculous, but I actually cut out, so in the old school bikes, there was this headset spacer, right, that you would use for your gyro tabs. And what I did is I actually cut those out and I cut it at a V with a hacksaw. And I bent part of it and I made those my gyro tabs, and I drilled a hole in it. So the problem is now is this is kind of sketchy. There's a tool out here. I need to tighten this thing up. Okay. Tighten this one up. This is always kind of loose for some reason. Okay. Alright, let's undo this, the London Mod. First time opening one of these things. Let's open this up.
I haven't really looked at the how-to on how to do this either. I'm kind of wondering, like, how does this fit on here first off? Okay, so the London mod sits right here. And I think we take this one off and we put the London mod on. Take this tape off, it's all dirty now. Okay. By the way, another thing that you should always try and make sure is you gotta make sure that this thing is always tightened up. Because if that thing strips out, it's really, really bad. And you're gonna have to tack weld this thing on. So make sure that this thing is tightened securely. This thing right here. Okay. So now we're just going to test and see how this London mod thing goes on. I think it just goes on like that. I'm actually not quite sure. Let's see here. This actually probably fits like that. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. So that one like this. And then we're going to take the end part. The end part on. Okay, let's see here. The London mod. Very strange item. I like to think it's going to work, but... Okay, let's put this thing on. This is the end part of the cap of it. Huh, this seems weird. I'm gonna have to actually put another bolt on there. Maybe. Huh. Here's a little bolt. Interesting, okay. Man, this is a strange little item right here. I ain't gonna... Wow, that seems weird. Oh, okay, I see how it's working. I haven't watched the how-to on how to put this thing on, by the way. Okay, so I think we have this main bolt right here. I think I should be closer to the camera. Then this one goes on here like that. So that way you can adjust it. Oh, you can adjust it like 3 times. Interesting. Okay, so we have it like that. And we have the other main little bolt right there. Okay, there we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. I think. tighten it down a little bit. Man, I might have to take this thing off, potentially. All right, so what we're doing now is we're gonna open this thing up, and this is the bike brake cable. And I think we can use the shifter cables. We're going to use 2 shifter cables. So I think we might even be able to just use one. We're going to try and use a shifter cable. Just cut that thing off. And the other thing about this is I also think you have to use these things right here. And see how these things, this is actually a very important part. See how these things, I can't pull them out, right? Because it's on this thing right here. What you might have to do is you might have to cut these and use these, because what I've noticed is these things are different sizes sometimes. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut off these 2 knobs. So we're going to cut this one off and then cut this one off, because sometimes these barrel adjusters are different sizes. If you actually, here, I'll show you an example. So if you look at this barrel adjuster compared to the other barrel adjuster, I guess these ones are kind of like the same size. But sometimes these barrel adjusters are different sizes though. So that's something to be aware of. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna undo this. Where's that cable at? I have another one. Okay, so we're going to cut this next little thing off right here. Okay. Okay, so we have this out. This is our cable. And I think what we got to do is we got to measure out the size right here, because we're going to run 2 of these cables, right? So this cable is going to go right here. You go right there to right here, like that. And what I'm wondering is, can we use these barrel adjusters? Will these barrel adjusters fit? See, that's the other problem. See how you can't put those barrel adjusters on? Because you have to run these barrel adjusters. So you're gonna have to cut this cable and then slide the entire cable out. I guess that's kind of a hassle, but okay, let's see if we can fix this up. So let's take this like this, and let's just cut out one of these parts of this section of this thing. Let's use this one. That one probably looks better. That one looks stronger. We're gonna cut off this knob right here. We're going to pull the cable out now. Let's pull the cable out from this is a regular brake cable, by the way. It's actually a shifter cable. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the barrel adjuster we cut off, and we're going to put this barrel adjuster on here like that. Okay, so we have let me put the barrel adjuster right there. We're gonna screw in the barrel adjuster just to kind of see. Maybe I should do it like this. Okay, so we're screwing in the barrel adjuster right here. Like that. And we're going to take the cable, we're going to put that end without the cable in it. I'm going to put it like that. And try and measure it out roughly to where we need it. Should I have it like that? Or should I have it with some slack on it? This is the kind of the thing I don't really know actually. Should we have some slack with it? Because we could have it like slacked out like crazy, right? Probably less slack as possible, right? This would always change it. And we're trying to figure out the size of this cable right here. I think that's probably should be good. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're going to roughly mark this area, right? I'm kind of committing to it now. And we're going to cut this cable right here, okay? And try and do it really fast and quick, otherwise it can bend this thing. Okay, so we have, this is the main cable, okay? This thing right here. And the thing is that these cables kind of bend right at that. So there's actually 3 housing things right here, right? I don't know if this is really gonna show it, but there's actually 3 sections to this cable, right? There's the plastic level, then there's the beaded wire, and then there's a plastic inner layer in there. And the thing about it is sometimes this plastic inner layer, I already bent it. See, I even used bike brake cable cutters and it still bends it. And I've seen some people, when they put their brakes on, right, they get frustrated because they like cut their cable and then they try and slide their cable in and they're like, what the heck, man, my cable's broken. Well, it's actually not really your cable, it's this thing that got bent right there, right? So before you get back into it, what you can do is you can get like a little needle or something. I'm actually going to use a little pen. Actually, a pen could work as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a pen and we're going to open that up, okay? And we open, and the thing is, we're just opening up that you'll see it in there. It's like a blue plastic cable thing. And you just want to like bend it a little bit to open it up. So when you put the cable through it again, it's not going to mess up the cable. And I'll show you why. Okay, so then we have this. Okay, so then we're going to find our old cable. We actually, that's the other weird thing. We might actually have to use one of these things. So now see this cable, the other thing, by the way, which I didn't really plan this out, is that see how this cable was one cable and see how it only comes with 2 of these things? Here, I'll show you. So we're going to use our needle nose pliers and we're going to take this cable housing thing and we're going to take it off, okay? Come on. Oh, darn. Where'd it go? It shot out somewhere. Okay, so we're going to take this cable housing thing and we're going to put it on here, on this one, okay? Like this. Sometimes it's better to put the cable through and then stick it on there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to undo this one right here. Actually, what we're going to do first off is we're going to cut another section of this one. So let's take this cable right here. we're going to take this cable and we're going to measure out the same amount over here, like that, and we're going to cut it right there and do the very same thing. So we take this, I'm going to cut it right here. Try and be kind of quick with it. And then do the very same thing. Take this thing and open that one up. Boom. Like that. And then, I'm kind of alone here now. Okay, let's see here. So then what we're going to do is we're going to unscrew this thing now. This barrel adjuster, this is a very important part. I'm going to bring up this and, okay, so here's this one. Here's this one cable, okay, here, right here. Let's throw this one in here. We don't need this much cable, by the way. We can cut this. Okay, so the one side with the knob, see the side, there's one side with the knob right here, this thing right here. That's the side where you need the barrel adjuster. Where's the barrel adjuster at? I keep losing all these parts. Oh, here it is. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, let's see, I'm getting confused. Throw this one in here. Okay, so what you want to have is you want to have the barrel adjuster on this cable like this. See that? I don't know if it's going to focus. See it? Here's the barrel adjuster. And it looks really awkward, right? But this is how the barrel adjuster is supposed to be. And you want to do this before you put this cable on. And then we're going to put this cable on. Then put this cable in, and and then at this point, what you want it, if you want, you can put some oil on the brake cable and run it through. You can also do it after. Okay, so this should be the first cable that we have done, right? Kinda. And hopefully it works. We're going to put this end cable thing right here. Okay, so that is our first cable. This is our first cable of the London mod. A bit of work to get it done, but it's okay. And then let's try it out. Let's just plug this thing in. Okay. Let's see if it fits on there. It does. And then let's just see if it fits right there. It seems like it will. So we slide this cable through this one like that. And that is the first London mod thing that I've ever done. The only problem is it's kind of like, seems a little short to be honest, but I think it'll still work. Yeah. Okay. So we got one side of the London mod done. We can cut off this excess cable right here. So that's one side of the London mod right there. Now let's try and get the other side. So, where's that other? Okay, so here's the other cable. Now, this is kind of the bad part, is because, see this cable right here? We actually have to use two of the housings of another cable. Let's see if we can find another housing for the cable without having to use that one that I already did use up. I think I have some old ones. That is unfortunate. It's okay though. No worries. Well, I guess that's the bad part about the London mod. Is if you don't have the end things, you're gonna have to use it off of one of these ones. Oh, actually, there's a bunch of them right here. These ones actually come with a bunch of them, so this is actually what we're looking for. We're looking for these cable end houser things. So we put this cable end houser on this side, like that. Okay, got that one on that side. And then, oh yeah, then the other thing, what we have to do is we actually have to use this cable right here. So we're gonna cut this one off. See this knob right here? We're cutting it off. Cutting that one out. And where's that other cable at? Where did it start? Oh, there it is. And we're just gonna pull this cable out. Actually, we need to cut this up. Okay, so we have this cable out, and we're going to pull this cable out because we need this knob right here. See this knob? That's why we have to use that cable, unfortunately, but it's okay. Okay, so we cut a little bit of this excess off. We don't need that much. Okay, so from here, we do the very same thing with this side, okay? So we're going to take the barrel adjuster, we're going to place the barrel adjuster like that, right? And then see this knob part? We put the knob part so it ends up staying like that. So then we put this side in, the side that doesn't have the knob, and we're going to go through it. Like that. And see, that's the thing. I can already tell, see it was bent right there, so sometimes you need to open it up with something. Which I need to open it up with something else now. Let's see here. This one should fit through, but it's not. And sometimes it's not good to force it through. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to use this thing right here. I'm going to use one of these things. I think this might work. I'm going to use one of these end parts. We're going to just open this thing up just a little bit more. Okay. There we go. See it? It just popped through. Now some people have frayed their cables. I almost frayed the cable right there. And see, that's the problem. If you don't open this cable up, I've seen this happen a lot of times where like people get pissed because they'll be like, well, why is my cable frayed? And then because they want to like push it through, they want to like force it through, right? And then what ends up happening is then when they take this cable out again and then try and stick it back in, it starts unraveling this entire cable. And that's a bad spot to be in, man. Okay, so that, and what I like to do personally is I like to stick the cable through so it pops out, and then I put the end barrel adjuster on, because sometimes if you put that end barrel adjuster on, or not barrel, end cable guider protector thing on, and then you try and stick it through, sometimes you just mess it up even more, and you can mess up the cable. So what I like to do is I like to stick the cable through and then put this thing on top at the end of it. If that makes any sense. Probably doesn't make any sense, but oh well. Okay, so then we have the other side of the London cable mod. And the other side should have it like this, where you have the knob, this barrel adjuster like that, and then the cable, and then the cable houser thing, and then it goes into the cable itself. So let's put this one on the other side. Like so. Cool. And then you take this cable part right here and you slide it through the barrel adjuster right here. And what's cool about the London mod, so you're going to see, and I've actually never had a London mod before. This is actually really crazy. What's crazy about the London mod is that it allows you to not have a straddle cable, right? So let's actually just take this straddle cable out right here. And this is the really crazy thing about the London mod, is that there's this entire thing, if you're not running London mod. Oh man, this thing's actually really stuck on there. Ugh. God, that thing's stuck in there. There we go. Okay. So the cool thing about not having running the London mod is that in most cases, if you're running a straight cable, you have to run a straddle cable, right? And the straddle cable is the thing that goes on your brakes, and then you have the this thing right here, right? Like that. And then you have like the main cable. Like that, right? So with the London mod, instead of running it like that, the London mod uses two regular cables for these cables right here. And it goes just straight to your brakes. One on one side and one on the other. And I think that's what's really interesting about it. So no more having a straddle cable. And then this is where this comes in, right here, this thing. This is from the Odyssey, I think these, an Odyssey Evolution or something like that. And you need one of these. I'm gonna go for it. Oh, darn, dude. I might have to mod my brakes right here, actually. I don't know if this thing's gonna fit. Darn. This isn't good. I might have to mod these brakes right here. Huh. Well, that's not good. I guess it will fit, but it's going to be really, really tight. Let's actually just try and do it on this side first. Okay, so we're going to try and do the modded side first by using this Napier thing, because you know how we had to do the whole barrel adjuster thing? Well, we don't have a little knob on the other one because we cut it off, right? And this is where this thing comes in right here. This thing. So what you want to do for this thing is you want to have the right Allen wrench. Okay, you want to have the right Allen wrench, and then you want to have the crescent wrench. So what we're doing right here is we're going to place our brakes all down. Make sure that your cable's all set. Okay. And then what we're going to do, what happened to that thing? Keep putting everything down. Okay. We're going to slowly try and chunk off some of these things. Let's take this off. So we're going to cut off some of this cable because we don't need that much cable. We're going to slide this thing on. Like that. We're roughly going to gauge it right now. Gauge it like right there, I think maybe. And you don't want to tighten this thing down all the way because you'll mess up your cable. So you want to just do it very lightly, right? So we're doing it very lightly just to see, okay, so it is going to work. And let's do the other side. So that was the side with the modded Napier thing from the Odyssey. This side doesn't have one of those. So this side, we're just gonna throw it right through here. There should be there's a little hole for it. Like that. And then this one you can just clamp down with your crescent wrench like that. And this is what's crazy about the London mod. And that's kind of basically it right there. Let's check it out. Oh darn, I should have put that one on first. See, this is why you don't tighten things down all the way. Because that could have really messed it up right there. Come on, buddy. Let's put it down just a little bit more. Okay. Take this one. Should pop out a little bit more. Okay. This is where you kind of have to adjust it. You kind of have to like wean into it a little bit, especially since I've never really done this, so I don't really know. Just want to make sure that's all set. Try to figure this out. And this setting you kind of have to play with, so. Okay, well. We're gonna keep just weaning it in and out. And cut off this. I guess we don't have to do that. And what's cool about it is you can really just adjust it really on the fly. What I'm wondering is if I'm gonna break that thing off. I honestly feel like it's gonna break off. Man, that's kind of sketchy actually. I feel like one good thing like that and I might mess up my bike. I'll be right back. London mod. First time I put this thing on there, it's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna take a crescent wrench. I'm gonna pull on this, give it some tension, right? Oh, that's weird. It's not working. Huh. That's weird. Huh. Actually, let's flip this over. That one will work. Huh. Oh, that's probably because I have to use that. I have to put a spacer in there, I think. Come on, buddy. This thing's so hard to take out. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so for this one, I actually have to mod it up a little bit. We're gonna have to find a spacer for this thing. Spacer for this thing right here. Where is it? spacer somewhere. Maybe this thing? I'm gonna have to mod this spacer. This one. This thing fits. See, that's. I'm gonna have to open the spacer up because this thing's like. It does not want to work. This one. That ain't gonna work either. Huh. This is kind of sketchy actually right here. I'm gonna have to like make a spacer just to get it to work for this cable. Huh. Why can't I find a good spacer for that thing? Now let's see if I can find another one of these things. I thought I brought another one of these things out that I found. This one, no, not that one. Try to get it going again. I don't think it's gonna work. That's weird. Huh. It's like these things don't want to work on these little on the shifter cables. That's the problem. Maybe we could use this right here. You might be able to use this thing and salvage this thing. Try and salvage this thing. Maybe that spacer on here will work. There we go. I think this thing might work. Let's see if this thing works right here. This one should work, I think. Oh, see, these are like the same tools right here. Okay, so this one should... Okay, here we go. Oh, I found it! We found it. Actually, I should probably use this one, though. You need like a little special spacer. But these things right here have the spacer size that you might need for that one side. I knew it was going to work, I think. So let's see. Let's take this one. And how is that thing even fitting on there? Okay, that's how it fit on there. Okay, that'll work. Let's take this thing. And actually, we're going to actually mod it again because we need to put another spacer size up in there. Where is it? Oh, man. This is actually kind of weird that I have to do this, but it's okay. I gotta find a darn spacer. Okay, now it's gonna work. It will work now. Okay. Find that. Now we can save it. Boom. Okay. Let's go. That was a weird mod right there. See, that's the other thing why people don't like brakes, I think, is because sometimes you have to do stuff like that. I was not expecting that, right? So why I had to do that was because the shifter cables are actually a little bit smaller. And I had to find like a little spacer so the shifter cable like goes down and wants to stick on it. Otherwise it doesn't want to stick. So we got that side going. We need to put more slack on that one. Or tighten that one actually a lot more. A lot more actually. And we're going to slowly do this because I don't want to mess up these cables, so. We're not really in any rush, we're just trying to figure this out. Because this is the first London mod I've really ran, so. It's too much now. And these things are kind of hard to adjust, I'm going to be real. They have a lot of slack to them. A lot of slack. Oh wait, that's that side. This side's on that side. We're getting closer. Still a lot of slack. We could always adjust it later on too. It's almost there. Man, the London mod's weird. It's a strange little tool. I kind of want to adjust a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I know I'm really finicky about this stuff, so. It's definitely on this side. Okay, so we gotta adjust it a tad more over here. And the thing about like doing these little adjustments, even a little centimeter will change things. So. Because I can adjust it down if I want. Okay, I think we figured it out. Looks smooth and caught on here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to bend these a little bit out. We're going to cut this right here. Do the same over here. Put the neighbors on, and let's actually tighten these down now. Just a little bit. Tighten this one a little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna put the neighbors on now. It's already been like 2 hours. Oh well. Okay, let's see here. Some new ones over here. Okay, got these. And let's put them on the end of the cable so they don't get frayed out. Okay, there we go. And this one. Bend these down so they stay out of the way. And there we go. Hopefully it works good. Let's put some oil in there. What we can do is then we can put some oil in here. This one. Okay, there we go. Now my brakes feel way better though. Yeah, my brakes are really good now. I'm just afraid I'm gonna break these cables off. Just one slide of my foot right there is gonna break these cables off. So I started taping it right there. Okay, well, that concludes how to put on a London mod. That concludes it. See if we can do a trick or something. Test run. My brakes might move right here. Almost landed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take these cables up. That's why I did it. Especially for that trick, I can rip out these cables pretty easily. pretty stoked that it actually worked. This is the first time I've ever ran a London mod in my entire life. I've been wanting one for a while. I finally got an upgrade. And this is a pretty big upgrade, I think. It's because with the London mod, you can just buy normal straight cables and use them. You don't have to have the gnarly cables, right? Huh, where's that white tape at? That's more. Oh, here it is. I guess to end it, I guess we'll do a little tape job. The only reason why I'm taping these is because, like, with that trick right there, you can snap your cable sometimes if you're not careful. See, that way when you do this, see it's out of the way more. Because like there's times where like you'll do this, and if you grab that and you didn't have the tape, you would literally rip that cable off. So this is probably why I messed up a lot of cables, to be honest. So I know it looks kind of weird and cheesy, but oh well. We're taping it up, okay? Oh, somebody said something. Like wrapping up a car, man, but we're doing it with duct tape. Boom, look at how clean that looks, man. Oof, yeah, buddy. That looks rad, man. Okay, see, somebody said something. Dropping in to wish you a happy MLK Day. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you for that. Doing some bike maintenance. I want to see if I can land it before I end the stream, or not end the stream, but just this section of bike repair. Oh, so close. Bro, you can learn that trick in a very small area. Like, this is like an 8x8 square. You can do that trick in a very small area. Well, I almost let it. Should I just keep going until I land it? I mean, I might as well, huh? See if I can just land one. If I could land one, that'd be really cool. This trick's kind of hard to land though, so. Going down, but I guess I can keep trying. And I'll end the stream. Not the end of the stream at all. Shut off the brake part, right? Put a little stream marker. I'm about trying one of these. I think I'm stretching my cable out, I can already tell. Just even that short little period of time, I like stretch my cable out, I could, or just shifted on me a little bit. Woo. That was almost it. Come on, buddy. Land something. Almost. Almost. Let's see, where'd it move on this? I think it shifted right there, I can kind of tell. Really trying to land something. I thought it would have been cool if I could land a first tee, but I was really wanting to land like a stick beat or something. Do you have the brake stream, yeah? This little area. There we go. At least we landed something, right? Yippee! And that concludes the brake section of the London mod, the London module from Odyssey Bikes. Took a little bit of time to climb that one. There we go. Have a good one, everybody. I'm gonna still stream. I'm just ending that section because that was the section of the bike maintenance of how to put on a London mod. See the stream marker right there.